Shalom. Just get right into it. Yeah. No, I don't. I turn this up. Hold on for a minute. Oh, okay. So we're gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shah. Double honor to the apostle brother of the great millstone. Shalom to the hope. The title is Time is at Hand.
Banks Health. All our money. The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank is causing shockwaves across the entire business world.
With the FDIC now in control, customers can access up to $250,000 on Monday. But as ABC's Jacqueline Lee explains, that's not enough for many companies left struggling to manage their finances.
Silicon Valley Bank, the nation's 16th largest bank, was shut down by the FDIC on Friday after depositors hurried to withdraw money amid concerns over the bank's health.
All our money is in the bank. I don't know how we're going to do our payroll.
Not well known outside Silicon Valley, the bank's customers are largely in the tech and venture capital space, with branches in California and Massachusetts. The bank did business with companies like Shopify, ZipRecruiter, and Pinterest. In an SEC filing, a streaming provider Roku said it had $487 million, or 26% of its cash reserves with the bank. The company saying their deposits were largely uninsured. Adrian Mendoza runs a venture capital firm in Boston.
Dollars were being pulled faster than the bank actually had.
According to the FDIC, Silicon Valley Bank had approximately $209 billion in assets and $175 billion in deposits at the end of last year. The bank's collapse rattled financial markets, the Dow Jones finishing the week down more than 300 points.
When banks experience financial losses, it is and should be a matter of concern.
The FDIC, along with the Treasury Department, say they have a process to deal with bank failures like this, insisting the banking system has been shored up since the financial crisis 15 years ago.
They have very good risk management since the financial crisis because of changes brought after the crisis. So I think the banking system is probably as strong as it's ever been.
And it's important to note the FDIC is insured up to $250,000 per depositor. The FDIC announcing all insured depositors will receive their money no later than Monday. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Jacqueline, thank you. And Governor Newsom issuing a statement today saying he's been in touch with the White House and Treasury on this, writing everyone is working with FDIC to stabilize the situation as quickly as possible to protect jobs, people's livelihoods, and the entire innovation ecosystem that has served as a tentpole for
headquarters of Silicon Valley Bank in Santa Clara, California today.
They just came out and told us that the bank is shut down.
SVB, the 16th largest bank in the U.S. with $175 billion in deposits, is now the biggest American bank to fail since the 2008 financial crisis. Its customers are primarily businesses and investors in the tech sector.
The root cause of the failure here was a sudden and significant increase in interest rates, that part of the job of a bank is to manage interest rate risk, and that didn't happen here.
Earlier this week, SVB disclosed it took a loss on the sale of bonds due to rising interest rates and announced it would sell shares to shore up its balance sheet. Its stock price plunged and customers rushed to take their money out. The FDIC now stepping in, telling customers they will be able to access funds by Monday, but the guaranteed amount per depositor, $250,000.
A heart-stopping moment of this bank is done.
Ashley Trenier is the CEO of healthcare startup Farmbox RX. Unable to access her money today, she fears she could be out more than $10 million.
$250,000 isn't a ton of money to us when you're talking of 8 figures that's in the bank currently.
Concern over today's collapse of SVB drove Wall Street lower. The banking sector alone down more than 4%. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen.
There are recent developments that concern a few banks that I'm monitoring very carefully.
The immediate concern? The cash-burning startups who have millions in SVB and may not be able to access the money they need to pay bills or make payroll.
Deirdre, given what happened today, how much concern is there about the banking sector overall?
Lester, at this point, the issue seems contained to this one bank. SVB was so heavily focused on these startup tech companies that its business model put it in a risky position that the major banks don't face in the same way. Lester?
All right, let's get right to your scriptures. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go to Psalms. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, Psalm 37, verse 49. It say, but the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah. He is our strength in the time of trouble. Right? He is our strength in the time of trouble. Let me see. Scripture with that. Right, here's our strength, time of trouble. Let's go to Psalm chapter 3, verse 8. Psalm chapter 3, verse 8. Okay, salvation belong unto the Lord. Thy blessed is upon thy people. Shall I right? The salvation is from the Lord. Right. Let's read again. Psalm chapter 3, verse 8. Psalm chapter 3, verse 8. Yes, salvation belong to the Lord. Yahweh Shema, thy blessed is upon thy people. Right. Let's go to Psalm chapter 9, verse 9. Oh, erase that. What's that song? Okay. Yeah, Psalm chapter 9, verse 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressor, a refuge in the time of trouble. And they know their name will put their trust in thee. For the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah had not forsaken them. They seek thee, right? Not forsake. Read it again, Psalm 9, verse 10. That know the name will put their trust in thee. For thy Lord Yahweh had not forsake thee, that seek thee, right? Not that seek thee. All right, what else? Go back. Psalm 37, verse 49, it say, but the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is thy, salvation of the righteous. Oh, that's not. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is thy strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help thee and deliver thee. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him, right? Because they trust in him. What's that? I'm going to get messed up here, but it's all right. We'll move on. What else I got? Make this too long. Let's go to Isaiah. Okay, yeah, Isaiah chapter. I know I ain't forget what I'm doing here. Okay, yeah, let's go to this. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2. They walked to go down in Egypt, and they had not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? Therefore should the strength of the Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Your confusion, man. Read again, Isaiah 30, verse 2. It said that they walked to go down unto Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Verse 3, therefore should the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, right? Your confusion. Your confusion. Right, your confusion. All right, what else I got here? Don't want to be too long on this. Want to get right into it. All right. Let's go to is it 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11? Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It said, let Satan should get an advantage with us, for we are not ignorant of his device. Right, we are not ignorant of his device. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Let Satan should get any advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. Right, we are not ignorant of his device. Right, we are not ignorant of his device. Right, we are not ignorant of his device. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. No, let's go to verse 15. Seeing that you walk circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeem the time, because the days are evil. Right, the days are evil. Verse 17. Wherefore be you not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Be not drunken with wine, within an exercise be filled with the Spirit. Right. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. No. Yeah, let's go to 15. See that you walk circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. Verse 16, redeem the time, because the days are evil. Right, the days are evil. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But at the time and season, brother, I have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfect, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Right, as a thief in the night. Let's just say peace and safety. There's sudden destruction come upon them, tread upon the woman with child, and they should not escape. Right, they should not escape. But you, brother, you are not in darkness, that they shall overtake you as a thief. You are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Right, let us watch and be sober. For that sleep that in the night, they be drunken are drunk in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, and put on the breastplate of faith, and of love, and of the helmet, the hope of salvation. Right, hope. I don't know if this is, I forgot. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2 Timothy. Chapter 3, verse 1. It said, this know also in the last day, perilous time shall come. Right, perilous time shall come. Perilous time shall come. Verse 2, for the man should be lover of their own self, covet, boasted, proud, bachelor, and disobedient to parents, and unthankful, and unholiness, without natural effect, transgression, false accuser, incontinent, inferior, and despise of those that are good. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It said, this know also in the last days, perilous times shall come. Right, perilous times shall come. Right, perilous times shall come. Right. Perilous times shall come. What's this? 1 Peter 4, verse 7. It say, for this cause was the gospel preaching also to them that are dead, that they may be judged according to man in the flesh, but to live according to the Most High in the Spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer, right? Watch unto prayer. Let's get it again, 1 Peter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer. I think that should be it. Right? Watch unto prayer. Let me get the other one.
Valley Bank. Is this going to cause a financial meltdown? Bank stocks getting hammered. The whole stock market's getting hammered.
So the question now is, who could be next? A Treasury official now saying that there are other banks that are seeing similar situations to that of SVB and Signature Bank. And of course, we have heard from some market watchers saying that the fact that the Fed was willing to give this emergency lending facility in itself is an admission of systemic risk.
Well, all right, tough stuff. Well, the collapse of this Silicon Valley Bank, is this going to cause a financial meltdown? Bank stocks getting hammered. The whole stock market's getting hammered.
So the question now is, who could be next? A Treasury official now saying that there are other banks that are seeing similar situations to that of SVB and Signature Bank. And of course, we have heard from some market watchers saying that the fact that the Fed was willing to give this emergency lending facility in itself is an admission of systemic risk.
Yeah, so, okay. How much time we get? Let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. And close out with that. So you see the time is at hand. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. It says, blessed is blessed he that readeth. No, blessed is he that read, and that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right, for the time is at hand. We get again Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. It says, blessed he that readeth, and that hear the word, that word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right, for the time is at Revelation 22, verse 10. Right, for the time is at hand. It say, and he say unto me, seal not the saying, and he say unto me, seal not the saying of this prophecy, of this book, for the time is at hand. Right, for the time is at hand. So we'll close God right there. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. Double honor to the apostle, brother, Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to the hope of the elect. Shalom.